Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students of Standard Ninth, welcome to this online lecture series of Hera Initial School. So, in our last lecture of Science 2, in which we had begun with environmental aspects of our ecosystem, and in that last lecture, we had discussed about biogeochemical cycles. And today, we'll see the types of biogeochemical cycle. So as you can see, there are two types of biogeochemical cycles. One is known as gaseous cycle and the other one is known as sedimentary cycle. So gaseous cycle is actually an accumulation of the main abiotic gaseous nutrient materials found in the earth atmosphere. So the word gaseous itself says us it's all about the gaseous components of our earth's atmosphere. The another one, sedimentary, okay, it means an accumulation of the main abiotic nutrient materials which are found in soil, sediment and sedimentary rocks of the earth. So this cycle includes of soil, sediment and sedimentary rocks. If we talk about the second point of the gaseous cycle, it includes nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor. Whereas sedimentary cycle, it includes soil components like iron, calcium, phosphorus, etc. So in this way, our biogeochemical cycle is divided into two, gaseous cycle and sedimentary cycle. Now you can see further, the gaseous cycle is a speedier cycle than the sedimentation cycle. As we know, the gas is present in our environment. They are everywhere and they travel speedily because we cannot hold gas. Gas travel in any direction. The gaseous molecules are very far away from each other, so we cannot hold them. So here the example which is given, if CO2 has accumulated in an area, it is quickly dispersed with the wind or absorbed by plants. Climatic changes and human activities seriously affect the speed, intensity and equilibrium of these cycles. So the equilibrium of the cycles get affected by speed, intensity and equilibrium. Hence, various aspects of these cycles are extensively studied nowadays. So this was about two types of biogeochemical cycle. Now we have to study very important three cycles. The first one is the carbon cycle, the second one is the oxygen cycle and the third one is the nitrogen cycle. So let us see one by one. The carbon cycle. The circulation and recycling of carbon from the atmosphere to living organisms and after their death back to the atmosphere is called the carbon cycle. So the carbon cycle, as it see in the given figure, you can see in the diagram on the figure how in our environment the component or the component of the element carbon is circulated. Abiotic carbon atoms are circulated and recycled into biotic from mainly through photosynthesis and respiration. Hence, the carbon cycle is one of the most important biogeochemical cycles. So we know about carbon, how important carbon is. It is the main biotic component it's a main abiotic component of photosynthesis and respiration. Plants convert carbon dioxide into carbohydrate by the process of photosynthesis. Similarly, they produce carbon compounds like proteins and fats too. Herbivores feed upon plants, carnivores feed upon herbivores. So, this is the chain we have already seen. Herbivores feed upon plants and carnivores feed upon herbivores. So, in this way, biotic carbon is transported from plants to herbivores. So, this is how the carbon get travel. Okay, it gets circulated. To circulate from plants to herbivores, then from herbivores to carnivores, and then from carnivores to apex consumer. So this is how the carbon cycle present in our environment. You can see in the figure as well. Okay, so biotic carbon present in trees. Okay, it gets decomposed when animal dies, because herbivores animal, they eat plants. These herbivore animals, they eat plants. Okay, so you can see the animal. Okay, they are eating grass. Okay, when these animals die, they goes inside the soil. Okay, it becomes fossil fuel. Okay, the respiration in animals, the respiration in plants, then carbon dioxide coming out from factories. We have sunlight. Okay, then it goes in water. So this whole way the carbon cycle remain present in our environment. Then this is a very important diagram, or the reaction you can see in this diagrammatic presentation which is given. Main processes in carbon cycle. Okay, main processes in carbon cycle. So there are two important reactions. The first one is of photosynthesis. This one is of photosynthesis, and the other one is of respiration. Okay, so in the first one you can see it's carbon dioxide reacting with water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So we get C6H12O6. It's glucose molecule with water and oxygen gas liberated. Okay, so oxygen gas gets liberated. Then the another one, this same glucose molecule gets oxidized in mitochondria. So it's a cell organelle present in a cell which oxidize the food material in the form of glucose present in a body. Okay, and they release carbon dioxide gas, water molecule, and very important, energy. Okay, so this is how we get energy in a cell. So eventually, after death of all types of consumer, they get decomposed by decomposers like bacteria and fungi, and carbon dioxide is released again into the atmosphere and is used again by living organism. So in this way, carbon is continuously passed on from one living organism to another. And after the death of living organisms, carbon goes to the atmosphere and is again taken up by living organism. So this is how the carbon present in our atmosphere get used up, okay, and get circulated from every organism to the another. So I hope you have understood this part of this carbon cycle and the two types of biogeochemical cycle. Inshallah, in the next lecture we'll discuss about two other remaining cycle that I said you, oxygen cycle and nitrogen cycle. By the time you read this part, we'll meet inshallah in the next lecture. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.